Welcome back to the show, everybody. Check out these headlines. We got some news for you today. Cold storage wallet question that we all want to know. You're going to get it today. Breaking Fidelity, BTC, and an ETF. We'll tell you where. UK's Treasury and CBDC incoming. Oh, really? Say it isn't so. XRP price, how low can it go? Please, not much lower, even though I love buying the dip. Jerome Powell is going to tell us, as well as Crypto Dad, that we're going into a different economy and what the real solution is as we move to it. And we also have breaking comment on Twitter from Tom Emmer, crypto advocate, congressman, drops a bombshell that new digital cryptocurrency legislation is coming soon. Somebody roll that beautiful intro.
Digital Perspectives with Brad Kimes. Come on in.
Welcome back to the show, everybody. You can follow me on Twitter at @BackupBradleyAbove and everything that we're talking about here today. It is January 11th, Tuesday, 2022. Back over $2 trillion slightly here for the crypto market cap. We see we're up 3.8% thus far this morning. Bitcoin now back over 42,000, knocking on 43,000's door. Ethereum is 3,200 here. It is still off by more than 15% on the 7-day. Solana right now $142 and change, off by 16, almost 17% on the 7-day. We see Cardano at $1.19, off by 11 plus on the 7-day. XRP right now 76 cents, still off by more than 8% on the 7-day as well. Looking right here, the range of price is 0.7188 on the bottom and 0.7702 on the top side. We know the numbers are brought to you by I Trust Capital. Come on in. The only thing better than buying crypto is buying tax-free crypto. It's a 1% trade fee right here. Gold, $50 over spot, which you can find almost nowhere. Silver, $250 over spot. No monthly account fee, ladies and gentlemen. And you could transfer your Bitcoin IRA if you have it in another place with no problem, no additional fees, just like that, to your iTrust account. Make sure you check them out. They are the best in the business. Take a look right here. This is question for all of these wallets from Riz_XRP, who is amazing out here in this space. Feel free to add any I missed. This goes out to Ledger, Bitfrost Wallet, Decent Wallet, Zum Wallet, and Coinbase. And those of you who know, I actually use Ledger Nano Wallet and the Zum Wallet. I can tell you right now, Ledger proudly answered, as many others did out here. A power outage won't impact your crypto secured with Ledger in any way. Your crypto remains on the blockchain, and the private keys that allow you to access your crypto remain safe in your Ledger no matter what. Is that a good feeling? Listen, I've been telling you guys this. I am in the process of moving a lot of what I hold that is split up on different exchanges and moving that really primarily to my cold storage with my Ledger Nanos, because over the last several months, they have gotten to where you can also buy, sell, and hold the cryptos yourself inside of Ledger Live as a complement to the Ledger Nano. So link in the description for that as well. But that is really a way to go. If you're really, sure and positive you want to hold your own crypto keys, not your crypto, not your keys. Well, that's not the case with Ledger. You hold your keys, that's your crypto, and you can buy and sell inside of that platform. Yeah, that's sounding like a solution right there for me. This is ProCoin News, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you're following them. Even with the free pass, they still can't figure it out. Hashtag ETHgate. It really goes on to say that there's problems out here with the network. You listen to this just for a second from Vitalik Buterin and Joseph Lubin, who are clamoring to tell the people that they're talking to at the time that Ethereum doesn't scale.
Turns out we can build a financial
you're
plumbing
saying
layer.
That the concept of launching something that doesn't scale and then rebuilding
Sure.
it as
It
something
scales-
scalable
it
was
scales
in the
somewhat.
initial plans.
It scales somewhat. Oh my goodness. No wonder the gas fees are a mess. And no wonder Solana and other projects out here have got Ethereum in its gun sights, right? In its crosshairs. Because the reality here is that they've launched something they claim was decentralized, which I'm betting $1 to a donut wasn't, because there must be no need for Joseph Lubin to explain how to disguise your investment in the early days of that fundraiser that ICO Ethereum held, right? Unless they wanted to show that there was thousands upon thousands of different accounts that looked like it was a decentralized investment and crowd fundraise, when in fact it may not have been at all. Look right here. If things don't get stranger by the day, this is Stephan Hubert here, who has been on fire. One of the many amazing Twitter sleuths out here, making incredible finds. He says, call me names, but you have to freaking see this. Even Robert Jackson, he was responsible for Ripple winning the case against Tetragon in 2021. Tetragon called him as an expert witness to prove that Ripple had fair notice, but he learned more towards Ripple and helped them to win. You just can't make this up. Take a look at this. This is Robert Jackson right here. And as they're talking to him, Tetragon's own expert, Professor Robert Jackson, was unwilling to state that the Wells notice from the SEC's determination by the SEC, he repeatedly concluded that his opinion on the matter was unnecessary. Professor Jackson stated that he would need to see Ripple's particular Wells notice to opine upon whether it was an official determination, but Tetragon did not provide it to him to review. This just gets, it almost with the SEC officials and how they cross over, some go to work for Ripple, right? And obviously that is to get the legal insight here on these cases, right? And then in some of this, you know, he's being called as a witness here in the Tetragon case, where Tetragon tried to sue Ripple before there was actually a determination that XRP was a security, and they lost that case, and in large part because of the contribution of the testimony from Robert Jackson. And it goes even further here that SEC Commissioner Paredes here is also now working to help Washington-based firms, included Facebook, Ripple Labs Incorporated. Joins fintech consultants FS Vector. You know, it's almost incestuous the way these people cross the lines in the public and private sector, right? And then we have, this is the actual testimony from the case. I'm not going to take you through the Tetragon case, but that is where the information was pulled from Stephan Hubert. Now, take a look at this. Fidelity announces allocations to Bitcoin within its growth and balanced ETFs and mutual funds. This is in Canada, though. I did take a look at this. Toronto, Canada, Fidelity Investments Canada, ULC, one of the top investment management firms Canada, today announced plans to add small allocation to Fidelity Advantage Bitcoin ETF within Fidelity All-in-One Growth ETF and Fidelity All-in-One Balanced ETF and corresponding mutual fund versions. As a result, the risk rating for the following funds will be updated effective January 21st this year. Okay, so that's what's going on there. I equate this stuff to like seeing a casino jump off in your neighboring state and you don't have one yet. How long are they going to watch that go on in Canada before we actually see it here? I don't think it'll be much longer. And we got some fire for you here. Take a look at this, and let's give Crypto Teacher Stocks a subscribe and follow. I'm going to give him a follow right there. You know, I appreciate him putting out this. This is a little collage of Jerome Powell and Crypto Dad and a couple others in here giving you what you need to know that is coming. And a completely different economy is coming to all of us. And as Crypto Dad's going to tell you, it involves the protocols of this underlying fintech that we have as innovation today, known as blockchain and cryptocurrencies. And he who controls those protocols controls the money of the world. Take a listen here.
We're going to a different economy, and we're going to be learning more about that as we go. But clearly, we're learning that things can be done from remote locations. We're learning that technology can replace people even more than we thought.
We're not going back to the same economy. We're recovering, but to a different economy, and it'll be one that is more leveraged to technology. And I worry that that is going to make it even more difficult than it was for many workers.
in Silicon Valley and my friends who work in technology know that what we did to the manufacturing workers, we are now going to do to the retail workers, the call center workers, the fast food workers, the truck drivers, and then even bookkeepers, accountants, insurance agents, lawyers, and on through the economy. So what happened to the manufacturing workers is a very clear sign.
This effort. And China has big plans for this. They intend to seed their digital yuan into the global environment by giving it away to visitors at next winter's Olympics. When they arrive at the airport, they're going to get yuan digital wallets. They're going to receive digital yuan. They're going to use it throughout their visits to Beijing, and then they're going to take it back to their home countries. They've seen this as a huge advantage. Why? Because who controls the underlying protocols, who controls the underlying standards of the future of money will control the future of money.
Will control the future of money. Shout out to Crypto Dad and everybody else in that clip there. And shout out to Crypto Teacher Stocks there for the clip as well. You know, I want to say this really quickly. We also know, to couple with these comments from the past here, the recent past, we also know that the digital yuan wallet is the most downloaded wallet off of Google Play and iOS, Apple stores in that country, period. That's how quickly it's happening over there, okay? And just as Crypto Dad said, he who controls the protocols and the underlying payment systems and these payment protocols controls the money for the world. That's the truth. That's why Glenn Hutchins would always say the value is in the protocol. Absolutely right. And, you know, when it comes to a different economy out here, just like Jerome Powell's talking about, what he's talking about is unskilled labor. And just like the other gentleman was talking about, you know, where you're talking about restaurant workers and people like that being affected, automation coming in, right? Call centers, you know, more of your unskilled, what they classify as unskilled labor is getting wiped out. And what do those people do? And listen, this isn't the first time this has come along. I'm a big fan of Gary Vaynerchuk. And if you're not, you should follow him. Entrepreneur, guru, marketer, the whole bit. Motivational guy, but he's an impressive mind of a human being. And he said it best, I believe. This is not the first time that innovation and technology has come along and just wiped somebody out. Nobody was crying for Rick, the bookstore owner, when Amazon came out with selling books and wiped out an entire industry of brick and mortar bookstores. And then we saw what? We saw them double down and want to expand into all products as they have done today. And they went from over $100 down to $5 at Amazon stock and came back even bigger and better to sell everything, right? So, you know, this is where the world is going. And if you are in a position that you're looking at that your potential industry or your job may be eliminated by blockchain, automation, AI, and things of that nature, robotics, you better start making a plan for yourself now. Now, going on to that, we're going to move into a different economy. It's not only about automation and wiping out these jobs that they classify as unskilled labor and these things, because they can purchase the machinery and then write off that purchase over years for that purchase that got rid of that human employee, right? So looking here, we're moving also to what Crypto Dad talked about. Who controls the underlying protocols, controls the money of the future and the money of the world. And this is why we see Digital Pound Foundation with Susan Friedman from Ripple on that foundation, right? And what else do we know? Well, I'll tell you what else we know. The head of the UK HM Treasury, that's right, his or her Majesty Treasury, is going to tell you in this little quick clip here that they're bringing their CBDC, which is the digital pound, very soon. Take a listen.
Today, I'm proud to say that under the UK's presidency, the group of the world's 7 most advanced economies, the G7, is launching a set of public policy principles for retail central bank digital currencies, CBDCs. Central bank digital currencies could be a digital version of money, a bit like a digital banknote that could be used alongside physical notes and coins. Unlike most of the digital money people use daily today, it would be issued directly by a central bank, like the Bank of England in the UK. And governments and central banks across the world are working together, looking into what having a digital currency might mean in practice.
He goes on to say here about how they're working with the G7 nations to get this done. It's just like we've talked about. This is coming from the top down, right? Like it or lump it, it's coming from the top down. And because we know the Digital Pound Foundation's got Ripple on it, might that digital pound be working in conjunction with Ripple's private ledger, for which we already know is working with the Central Bank of Bhutan, right? We know it's also working with the Republic of Palau to launch a central bank digital currency backed by the US dollar there. We also know that the Bank of France is considering using a private ledger by Ripple as well, but they haven't confirmed, but they are entertaining the assertion, right? So then we know this. There's the case itself. I've said this, and I think this says it exactly the way I've been saying it here. The lawsuit is an audit of Ripple for the role it will play in the future on the world stage. And I believe that is absolutely accurate. You must define what this technology, these payment networks, these protocols, legal precedent must be made on this asset in order for all the world's money to move across them. Because it's not just emails, but that's how they'll move once they get the clarity. Here's Tom Emmer, crypto advocate and really, really, really bullish here. Puts out a post just a little while ago this morning, says new digital currency legislation coming soon. How about that? Right here. I mean, I tell you, I've seen him be bullish before, but I'll tell you what really excites me about this. One is Tom Emmer, who really understands this space to an incredible degree. And two, he's extremely bullish here that we're going to have legislation where I have seen him be in weeks and months and years past be extremely frustrated about the learning curve that was going on in Washington. So he must know something now that makes him feel that bullish. Number two, let us not forget this clip right here. Remember, is it this clip I wanted to play? I believe it's this clip right here. Yes.
Brad, thank you so much. It's funny. You said we've moved on past Silk Road. Yeah, it's a long time ago, but there's a lot of members of Congress that still think of this in terms of Silk Road. Yeah. And when you say over 2 years, first off, my position's very clear. XRP is not a security.
Boom. This is a guy who not only understands what crypto can do, he understands the job and role of different cryptos and how they play a role, and he understands that XRP is in fact not a security. So when this gentleman posts on Twitter and says, as he did this morning at 10:26 a.m., new digital currency legislation coming soon, I have to say, this is extremely bullish. Now, I'm not expecting it next Tuesday, although I welcome it. But I will say the fact that we could see this get done this year to where we could have clarity that every project out here, albeit XRP or Bitcoin or Ethereum or any other project on the planet, will clearly be able to look at legislation and some kind of a graph or chart and understand where they fit inside of that instead of the vague, passive approach that the SEC and Gary Gensler are using to pick winners and losers in this space. I welcome it wholeheartedly. Looking right here, Dark Defender tells us how low can the price go? We could even see a shakeout from the big guys down to 65 cents, the next lower support level for XRP. Don't take it off the table. It could happen. But don't take this off the table. New all-time highs for XRP because they're still on the table too. Not financial advice from me or anyone else. That's your news on this day, ladies and gentlemen. Hit that like and subscribe. Leave a comment below. Things are heating up. And remember, we got some important moments coming up for this case before this month is over, especially in another 8 days. So it's getting exciting here. We will catch all of you on the next one.